Assalamu alaikum and peace be unto you. I'm Sister Latasha Muhammad, and in this video we are going to be talking about using bad language. Well, why, sister? Why are you making a video like this? Who cares? I get it. It's kind of an odd video, but I wanted to talk about it because I'm on a journey of self-improvement, self-development, and I really want to be on that path of high civilization. I really want to be on that path of a woman of God. And I know that a woman of God uses better language than cussing and swearing. If there's something that you want to change about yourself, it is wise to go into the study of it. You know, figure out why you do it. Most of the time when people cuss, it's because it's something that they grew up seeing and hearing their mother and their father and their family does it around them. So it's like a learned behavior. That's mostly what it is. It's a learned behavior. And just like any behavior, it can be changed. It can be broken. The pattern can be broken if you're aware and if you want to do it. So yes, I'm going to go into what it's actually doing to you, what is happening when you're cussing and using bad language and profanity. So yeah, let's get right into it. A psychology lecturer did a study, and he found that when people cuss and swear, it actually triggers the fight or flight response in the body. The fight or flight response that gets triggered in the body is usually triggered when someone feels that they're in danger. When the fight or flight response in the body is triggered, lots of things happen within the body physically. Neurotransmitters get dumped into the blood, as well as hormones and other things in preparation for a fight or a flight. This isn't healthy, triggering the fight or flight response unnecessarily or inappropriately. If you keep on popping off at the mouth, cuss words and curse words, you're actually physically harming yourself. If you have hormones in your blood and neurotransmitters in your blood that normally are there for a serious situation, and they keep getting repeatedly dumped into your system when it's really not a serious situation, it's going to have adverse effects inside of your body. It could cause you to get sick. It could cause illness. They say that swear words and cussing words and the profanity words are located in the frontal cortex of the brain, which is where the emotion centers are located. They say that regular language is located in the left side of the brain. So when you're cursing and you're using profanity, you're not even using regular language, according to researchers. That's not regular language, because it's coming from a different part of your brain. It's coming from the part of your brain that's linked to your emotions. And normally, right, when you're cussing, when you're using profanity, aren't you normally in a heightened emotional state? Verbal expression that is angry or mean or negative, it really does actually give you a bad self-image. It makes you look bad. It makes you look bad. And if you're really in tune with yourself, it kind of makes you feel bad too. You know how they say the F-bomb, the A-bomb, or the MF bomb? They're calling them bombs for a reason. A bomb is explosive. A bomb is destructive. And a bomb, it does affect other things that are around it. It affects other people that are around you when you're cursing and swearing. We call them bombs for a reason, because they're destructive. Let's get into a little bit more of why they're destructive. I absolutely love our sister, Dr. Ava Muhammad. She is a sister that I look up to, and she is a sister that I want to grow into. I want to grow into that type of sister because she is just so wise to me, and her wisdom is just amazing. I love it. So I'm going to be coming from her book, Weapons of Self-Destruction. And that's what cursing is. That's what profanity is. It's a weapon of self-destruction. You're actually tearing down yourself and destroying yourself when you're cussing and you're using low language. When we speak, when we make sound, we are actually putting it out there. We are actually speaking it into existence. It's actually, something is happening when you're speaking, when you're directing words, when you have emotion linked to your words and you're spewing it out into the universe, into the atmosphere. Something is happening with that. Whether you realize it or not, whether you know it or not, something is happening when you speak. She says the Creator willed the sun into existence, and to do so, he used speech. This means the sound of his voice had to be powerful enough to form particles of matter. Those particles collided, and by virtue of their mutual attraction, known as gravity, commenced a spinning process that formed the sun. Our words have power. What we hear and what we say affects what we think, feel, and are capable of doing. Through sound, we connect or disconnect with divine wisdom. When we speak, we create activity in the environment, which is either constructive or destructive. Every word that you speak has the power to produce a consequence. It can have a healing effect or it can have a harmful effect, depending upon its quality. What is the quality of your conversation? What is the quality of your words? We can develop a vocabulary that reflects a jungle creature or savage, or we can develop a vocabulary that reflects a civilized human being. We can develop a vocabulary that reflects a person of high civilization. Sister Ava goes on to say, if we are all serious about changing the condition of our community, we need to stop using profanity and teach our children the language of civilized people. Dr. Ava Muhammad, in her book, Weapons of Self-Destruction, goes on to say as well, when the sound of filthy words travels through the physical realm, its effect is similar to the AIDS virus. It weakens the immune system. Every word we speak is reabsorbed into the subconscious mind where it originated. We cannot say a word unless we think it, which means it begins as a thought residing in the mind. B-I-C-H or M-F that word is coming up out of the reservoir of the speaker's subconscious into the conscious mind, where the decision is made to fire it into the atmosphere like a weapon. So when we speak profanity, when we swear, when we cuss, when we're using obscene language, it's weakening your immune system, number one. That's tearing yourself down. It's weakening your immune system. If you know anything about the immune system, you know that it is vital for life. Also, she points out that when we speak and when we're cussing, it's coming from down in. It's coming from our subconscious mind into our conscious mind, and then we spew it out into the universe, as she says, like we're firing a bullet into the atmosphere. Wow. That's heavy. When we use that type of language, we spew it out into the atmosphere like a weapon. This type of language is deadly, like bullets from a gun. It is disruptive to the universal order of things. It can injure the person it is aimed at or strike anyone within hearing range. When someone uses these names or is called such names repeatedly, the nervous system is worn down. Wow. We all know the Creator does not acknowledge profanity, so we do not connect with his power when we use it. Profanity is not hereditary. Profanity is a learned behavior. The frequency of cursing appears to be directly related to the size of one's vocabulary. When we're cursing, when we're using bad language, it's because our vocabulary is not as great as it could be, so we can't find another word in place of that word. We are emotional beings, and we need a good word to convey our feelings. So we need to study and learn words that carry weight in a civilized manner. Reading and listening are essential for a larger vocabulary. Words not only express thoughts, they condition thoughts. Words express what you think, but they also begin to shape the way you think. The persistent use of profanity keeps you functioning on the most primitive level of the brain, which scientists call the reptilian brain. A reptile is one of the lowest life forms. At the end of the chapter, she has a 30-day plan. She says, I desire to improve my level of conversation over the next 30 days. The first thing I will do is develop a habit of using the dictionary. And then she says, for the point number 2 of ridding yourself of using profanity, I will eliminate the use of profanity or immature phrases by increasing my vocabulary. Over the next 30 days, my goal is to add 10 new words and phrases to my functional vocabulary. I will weave these words into my conversation. Each day, I will study the spelling, meaning, and pronunciation of more appropriate words and phrases. And then she says, make a list on a sheet of paper. And for example, instead of saying I'm peed off, instead say I'm frustrated. She says, words with 3 or more syllables gives you the same relief you are getting from curse words. Thank you, Dr. Ava Muhammad. Thank you so much for this plan of action so that we all can improve our language and our vocabulary. Thank you so much, sister, for writing about profanity in your book. I believe it's something we don't talk about often at all. I haven't heard a conversation about it, actually, ever, until I read your book. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Ava Muhammad, for this jewel. And that's only just a small little piece of what is in this phenomenal writing. Yes, so brothers and sisters, if you're not on this path, that's fine. This is not to judge anybody. This video actually was for me. I'm in my journey, and I thought that I would share it with you and share with you what I've been learning. Because I want to grow, I want to develop, and I want to evolve. There's really not a need to use cuss words, to be quite honest. And I was at work just last week, and because I'm focused on myself and improving myself and changing things that I want to change about myself, Allah showed me how ugly cursing is. Like, he showed me, there was a guy at work, and he was the janitor. And he came in my aisle, and he was cussing. He was being loud. I mean, he was saying the F-bomb, the MF-bomb, the S-bomb. And we're on the phone. And so everyone in my aisle, we were all turned around and looked at him like crazy. And I just remember how it made me feel, even though he wasn't talking to me at all. He was upset because he had to stay late. He had to stay late. That's what I found out later. Because afterwards, I'm like, what was wrong with him? You know, I'm like, what? Is he okay? But it does give you a bad self-image. You do look like you don't have any intelligence when you're cussing all over the place. Yeah, Allah let me see that. He let me see how ugly it is when you're cussing and you're using bad language. I'm gonna continue to work on myself. I'm gonna continue to improve myself and evaluate and analyze myself. And I'm going to do Sister Ava's 30-day plan and increase my vocabulary. That's one of the main reasons why people cuss. It's a learned behavior, and we have to increase our vocabulary. We have to choose other words that carry the same weight. So that's what I'm going to be working on. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day, everyone. I'm Sister Latasha Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum, and peace be unto you. How is this? That gets triggered in the body. Bleh.